When I was atheist, I had to try to persuade myself that most of the human race have always been wrong about the question that mattered to them most. When I became a Christian, I was able to take a more liberal view. But of course, being a Christian does mean thinking that where Christianity differs from other religions. Christianity is right and they are wrong, as in arithmetic, there is only one right answer to the sum, and all other answers are wrong. But some of the wrong answers are much nearer being right than others. The first big division of humanity is into the majority who believe in some kind of God or gods, and the minority who do not. On this point, Christianity lines up with the majority, lines up with ancient Greeks and Romans, modern surveys, Stoics, Platonists, Hindus, Mohammedans, etc., against the modern Western Europeans materialists. Now I go on the next big division. People who all believe in God can be divided according to the sort of God they believe in. There are two very different ideas on this subject. One of them is the idea that he is beyond good and evil. We humans call one thing good and another thing bad. But according to some people, like is merely our human point of view. These people would say that the wiser you become, the less you will want to call anything good or bad, and the more clearly you will see that everything is good in one way and bad in another. And then nothing could have been different. Consequently, these people think that long before you got anywhere near the division point of view, the distinction would have disappeared altogether. We call cancer bad, they would say, because it kills a man. But you might just as well call a successful surgeon bad because he kills a cancer. It all depends on the point of view. The other and opposite idea that God is quite definitely good or righteous. A God who takes sides, who loves love and hates hatred, who wants us to behave in one way and not in another. The first that views the one that thinks God beyond good and evil is called pantheism. It is was held by the great Prussian philosopher Hegel, and as far as I can understand them, by the Hindus. The other view is held by Jews, Mohammedans, and Christians. And with this big difference between pantheism and the Christian idea of God, there's usual goods and narrow pantheists usually believe that God, so to speak, animates the universe as you animate your body. That the universe almost is God, so that it is good not exist the way not exist either, and then you find the universe a part of God. The Christian idea is quite different. They think God invented and made the universe like man making a picture or composing tune. A painter is not a picture, and he does not die if his picture is destroyed. You may say he is the Lord himself into it, but you only mean that is the beauty and interest has come out of his head. His skill is not in the picture the same way that is in that his head, or even in his hands. I expect you as you is the difference between Pentecostal and Christian strengths together with the other one. If you if you don't if you do not take the distinction between good and bad very seriously, then it is very easy to say everything that fine there is word is part of God. But of God is you think something really bad and God really good, then you can talk like that. You must believe that God is separate from the world, and that something the things we see it are contrary to his will. Confronted with cancer and Islam, the pantheists can say, if you could only be seen, if from the divine point of view, you would realize that this also is God. The Christian replies, don't talk damn nonsense. For Christianism is a fighting religion. It thinks God made the world, that space and time, heat and cold, and that colors and taste and all the animals and vegetables are things that God made out of his head, and a man makes up a story. But it is thing that great many things have gone wrong with the world that God made, and that God insists very loudly on our putting them right again.